With the upcoming Universal Survival arc, there is absolutely no limit with the amount of fan speculation or character moments or story moments that people want to be seeing in the next coming episodes of Dragon Ball Super. But with this video, we're going to be talking about something a little different, with 8 small character moments from different characters other than the main cast that we want to see in Dragon Ball Super. Hope you enjoy. So in this video, I am once again joined by Dimzy from Dimzy's Domain. Dimzy, why don't you say hi, man?
Hi, man. How are you? You alright? I'm fine. Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Let's do this. All right. So we have eight things that we want to see. Very small character moments, not necessarily story related or anything like that. Just little things that we want to see, or little glimpses from people that we want to see that we've never really got to see before. It's been a long time or something. Not stuff that like kind of impacts the story one way or the other, just kind of cool concepts. So we have 4 each, 8 in total, and I'm gonna let Dimzy go first. Dimzy, what is your first one you want to talk about?
So we know that this universe survival arc is going to have tournaments, and they're gonna have teams of 10, and with that 10 in Universe 7, the big surprise was, of course, Android 17 making his triumphant return to Dragon Ball Super. But I don't want to see him fight. We're gonna see him fight anyway, but a small moment which I really think is going to do so much for his character and other characters is if he were to introduce his family to the rest of us. We know that from Toriyama, he said that, look, he's a ranger and he has a little family, etc. But wouldn't it be nice for him to introduce his family to 18, his twin sister? So not only that, you see the awkward interaction between 17 and Krillin, but them maybe bonding. For example, what if 17 really gets along with Krillin and 18's daughter, who's Marron, and vice versa? What if Krillin and 18 get really, they really take a fond liking to 17's kids? I believe they're adopted. I'm not really completely sure. Maybe they might retcon that. But it would be nice, wouldn't it? It would be a really nice, touching moment. We had one very similar to 18 and Future Trunks, whereby 18 forgave him for killing her in the future. It would just do wonders for the character, and I think everyone would absolutely love it.
Oh, I completely agree. I think just getting to see a glimpse of what 17's been up to, and maybe even a little bit of an explanation as to why we haven't seen him around, even though he could have been useful in a lot of different situations, many situations since he was introduced. But yeah, it would be really interesting to see him return to some degree. My first one, a little bit, not necessarily a character moment, could kind of be tipping into story related purposes or something, but I thought it was going to be funny anyway. Basically, I want to see Roshi, basically, one way or the other, kind of a callback to Ramfan from the 21st Tenkaichi Budokai, or Budokai Tenkaichi, whatever you want to, I always get that wrong. Anyway, kind of a throwback to that, and actually seeing Roshi having to fight a female, or as Dimzy was saying before we started recording, a alien female, and him just freaking out about that, and maybe even losing his fight or almost being forced to lose it, kind of forcing him to do something like what Nam did in that tournament. Because if you remember in that tournament, Roshi was basically sitting there around going, I wanted to fight her, but maybe it's a good thing I didn't fight her because I might have lost when she takes off all of her clothes. So not only is it a nostalgic moment bringing back all that stuff, but also kind of a payoff to that joke told around like 30 years ago. So it's something I would like to see. I think it's small enough, and Roshi is there for probably comedic moments more than anything else, and just kind of a team spirit type of thing. So this is something I'd like to see.
I think, I completely agree. I think it's a really good character moment. You're able to once again give a callback to Dragon Ball, and also once again showcase Roshi's character. Remember in Battle of Gods when Roshi and I believe Krillin, I'm not completely sure, but I know Roshi, he was looking with the binoculars. So these small moments, these very small tiny moments, especially in such a dire situation whereby your universe gets destroyed, it will be much needed comic relief.
Exactly. And it was Oolong.
Oolong, that's it.
Yeah.
The two pearls.
Yeah. Anyway, your next one.
My next one is, of course, when they're suggesting who's going to be on the team and what's going on, of course, they're going to decide on 17 somehow, one way or another. But wouldn't it be really nice for Goku to say, hey, I have a suggestion. Why don't we suggest Arale? Now, we don't know how they're going to fit those transitional episodes in the final continuity. Is it going to be regarded as filler, or is it going to be regarded as padding episodes and they are going to have some sort of significance on the story or meaning to the story? But wouldn't it be nice regardless for Goku to say, hey, why not Arale join the fight? Look how she fared. She kind of broke the earth in half. Episode 69 was a very much a Dr. Slump episode. It was a gag episode, and then you have Vegeta chiming in and saying, hey, no, she's a gag manga character, and that's not gonna work. That's breaking the rules. And I know you have something talking about the mirroring regarding Goku and Vegeta, so why don't you go and tell us that point?
When it comes to this suggestion, I definitely think that one of the things that would mirror and be really helpful in that situation is back when we went into the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament, Vegeta was the one who suggested that Gohan be kind of put in the team because, as they all know, Gohan has more potential than any of them. And Goku was the one to chime in and go, well, no, he's kind of a nerd. Now he doesn't fight. He lost his gi, yada, yada, yada. And that was taken as somewhat of a joke, but also somewhat like, a lot of people facepalm disappointment for Goku. And this is, to me, something that would be really funny just to mirror the two, where it kind of comes full circle, where Vegeta has kind of a ridiculous choice and Goku has a ridiculous choice for two different reasons, but also that which mirror their own character. Vegeta being very logical and strategic and wanting to do the best for them, and Goku being kind of carefree and kind of oblivious to everything else that's going on, and Vegeta chiming in for a different reason. I think that would be something that would be really kind of interesting and funny, considering the fact that, like I said, Goku's example, while important to the story and Gohan's character, is kind of ridiculous, him losing his gi, and then Vegeta basically being very logical, going, gag character, and she doesn't she doesn't fit the purpose. It's kind of cheating in a certain way. So that would just be funny, especially if they're going to bring Arale back as they have. So, yeah. Anyway, my turn. I think this is something I really want to see, and it's not necessarily mine. Someone actually threw this at me. Okami Winter Wolf on Twitter tweeted me the other day saying that wouldn't it be cool if before one of the fights or the first fight that Goku goes into, we actually get to see Chi-Chi kiss Goku on the mouth, and whether it disturbs him or he's okay with it or anything, he understands the purpose of it. I think that would be really funny. Something he said, hashtag blatant fan moments, or I can't remember, but that's kind of what it would be. Considering they set up those pins in the last arc, it's time to strike them down and actually make that pay off in some way, and probably be the first legitimate full-on kiss that we've seen in the entire series. I think maybe I don't think anyone else has had a full-on lip kiss, so I think that they haven't, honestly, on screen. And to me, that would be something that would be kind of cool. Goku and Chi-Chi. But that's not real. That wasn't really a kiss. That was a CPR. Get the sensu bean. Yeah, that was give her a sensu bean or whatever. And so yeah, I think to have a full-on romantic kiss would probably have to be Goku and Chi-Chi first, if it's going to be a first. And come on, it's 2017. We can make that happen, right? We can make that happen on screen. So anyway, I think that would be interesting to see.
Yeah, in all honesty, I think it's just going to be a peck on the cheek. But let's go to my pick, and my pick is going to be the return of Launch. And you're going to be like, hey, how is that going to work? We don't know how many people are going to be permitted to cheer on these characters, and even if whilst they're still on Earth preparing, wouldn't it be nice for Launch to return and have a little reunion with Tien, Shinon, with Tien? We know that Launch had an infatuation with Tien, and that could be an excellent way for bringing back this character once more. We said this in other videos and we spoke about it a lot of the time, and you see this theme running through this list. It's a callback from Dragon Ball. We know that Launch was absent for Dragon Ball Z, so why not bring her back and tie her in, even if it is a 1 minute, even if it is a 10-second segment with Tien. We are more than happy. We'll we'll love it. We'll eat it up, and it will just work. It's a nice, small, cozy moment, which we'll be like, "Aw," and then we'll clap our hands.
Definitely. I feel like if they're going to start bringing in characters, and especially just for like glimpses or something, just so we know they're still around and, our characters still care about them. There's some kind of semblance of continuity or, threading of the story, and people haven't forgotten just blatantly who launches or lunch or whatever you want to call her. Something I would really like to see going forward, especially with just the potential of bringing in just a multitude of familiar faces in this upcoming arc, considering the stakes and just how many people we're going to be seeing outside of Goku and Vegeta, which has basically eaten up this entire show thus far. My next one is something a little bit more funny, something we haven't seen since Dragon Ball, and that is because Roshi, and I know I'm going back to Roshi here, but it deals with all the characters lined up for this Universal Survival Arc tournament, because Roshi is competing, and because Roshi is going to be at least some sort of a figurehead going forward. We don't necessarily know how it's going to play out, but if, like we were talking about earlier, if it's going to play out somewhat as a joke, one of the things I'd really like to see is him forcing or just insisting that everyone dress in their like Sunday best and nice, like he did in Dragon Ball with Goku and Goku, Yamcha, Krillin, and everyone in the Turtle School. And it would just be, just think how funny it would be to have Goku, Vegeta, Boo, 18, 17, Krillin, Gohan, all these people just dressed in their Sunday best. And like right before the tournament, I would kill to see Boo, especially like Boo, and like kind of a shout out to the extended universe where he kind of slicks back his what his like tentacle, like whatever it is, his antenna, whatever that is, and Goku reprised the hair that he had a couple episodes ago. It just, there's so many funny concepts that like everyone kind of slicks their hair back to look nice, and it's just, I don't know.
There's so
like,
many.
Tell me that wouldn't be hilarious.
There's so many fan pictures of, let's say, Vegeta in a suit. Look, let's just look at Boo. Imagine him in a waistcoat with the buttons popping out. Just imagine that, or just him just being his normal self, but he just puts on a tie. He literally just puts on a tie, or maybe he puts on Mr. Satan's cape or something along the lines. It would be absolutely fantastic. But once again, it would be funny, but at the same time, it would look really, really slick. Imagine, as you said, Goku looks really good in a suit, Vegeta would look good in a suit, but 17 would look the best in a suit. So all of these potentials, and also, you can have 18 dress up as well in some sort of garb that it look good. It just would look amazing.
Mm-hmm. So, especially like, honestly, I would really like to, even if they're not like the way Roshi did it, everyone kind of looked the same, was in kind of the same suit or in their best clothes. And this would also be, not that it was part of the list, but we were talking about it. It would be kind of a cool concept to bring in. Roshi suggests it, and then Piccolo does his clothes beam to put suits on all of them. That would be something that's really cool. I know it's not part of the list, but consider that number 9 if you want.
And I guess to give another expansion, which you could consider this as number 10, you could see this as Roshi kind of expanding the Turtle School. It is a little bit of a reunion with Goku, Krillin, Tien, and all of them with Roshi. So it is that mini Turtle School, that little core from Dragon Ball expanding. They grew up fighting in these world martial arts tournaments, and now look at them, they're fighting in a universal one. So it will be really good, and to be honest, I really want that to happen. That's the thing I want to happen the most. But on to my final pick, and that is, of course, we spoke about Goku and Vegeta having a back and forth, talking about Goku dismiss Gohan, then Vegeta potentially might dismiss someone else. But then you could have Goku becoming a real father, but alongside another father figure. That is when Goku and Piccolo shout at the same time some sort of instruction or Gohan's name whilst Gohan is fighting. This shows that not only Goku is the father, of course, but Piccolo is on the same level. He is the father figure, he is a mentor, he is a brother, he is everything you want to Gohan. So having them say something like Gohan at the same time, it will be a touching moment, and you'll be like, oh, that's kind of sweet. That is kind of sweet.
Mm-hmm. So, no, I think that would be an inspirational moment. It'd be something that I think a lot of fans would gravitate towards, just to experience that type of thing. It's not something we've seen. I think the closest we've seen was when Gohan was fighting Cell and Goku and Piccolo were at odds.
Yeah.
to see them come together and support Gohan with the same confidence, with the same vibrato, you know what I mean? Like with the same energy would be really cool. And I definitely think that would be something worthwhile to see, even if just like for a little teeny moment. But for my last one, I thought that this one was something I really want to see. And I guess you can argue it could be Pan or Marron, but I'm going to say Marron. But take it as you will, the same way that Dimzy was talking about Piccolo and Goku shouting out for Gohan. It would be really cool to see Pan basically Gohan. It would be exciting to see Pan excited for Gohan, but she's a little young. So I would really like to see Marron cheering on Krillin in 18, especially since we don't necessarily know if these are going to be one-on-one matches. A lot of people think it's going to be 2-on-2 or as many as you want versus as many as you want type of that, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 1-on-4. Be really kind of cool, something that Dragon Ball has never really done before, but reminiscent of other things we've seen in other animes. So I would really like to see Marron cheering on her parents if they're fighting together. Excited for them. Basically the kind of the same way that she cheered on Krillin during the very beginning of the Majin Buu saga, where they went into the tournament and Yamcha was there, telling her, like talking up her dad and all that stuff, and she was excited to see her parents. But this time, or even how she was cheering on her mom while she fought Goten and Trunks or Mr. Satan or anyone else. So that's something I really want to see. She doesn't get a whole lot of character one way or the other, but I think she is an interesting character just in general, and I would really like to see that moment. I think it would be a sweet moment between characters that have basically been on the sidelines, but I think one of the fan favorites in terms of actual relationship, just because of Krillin's history in terms of the series and everything, just to give him a nice family moment like you were talking about in the beginning of this video with 17 and 18 and getting to meet 17's family. So a lot of character development there.
You could even have a moment where, as you said, take it as you will, whichever character you pick between whether it be Marron or Pan, or you could have them all together cheering on for their fathers alongside the children of 17. And that would be really good to see the children cheering for the respective parents. But of course, 18 and Krillin have the most incentive due to firstly, 18 is actually in the forefront, and it will be a really nice callback for Marron to just have that moment, because she's been a ghost, she's been the forgotten child, she's been the forgotten character of Dragon Ball. She's been useless.
Oh no, that's Brawl.
Absolutely useless. Well, Brawl's not forgotten. She doesn't exist. she doesn't exist. But yeah.
No, it's true, and I definitely think that that's something we would want to see going forward. In fact, all these things is stuff I really want to see going forward. And but basically, guys, this is our list. Please make sure to go check out Dimzy, unless he has anything else to say. Dimzy?
Well, thank you for giving me this platform and not shooing me off. I was really hurt last time. No, I'm just joking. Just, guys, look, there's probably more than 8. We've given you 8. Please make sure to comment down below if you have any more. Tweet us, comment down below, tell us, and you see, maybe it might be in a video. Maybe we might be like, oh my god, this guy's a genius. This guy's we're wrong. So make sure to tell us down below. We really want to hear your thoughts, because this is an open question. End of the day, it's our opinion, but we want to also incorporate your own opinion, and yeah, let's have a little conversation.
And guys, make sure to remember, this isn't necessarily story-driven moments. It's not like, I want to see Kaba go SS Blue, or I want to see Vegeta like kind of mentor Kaba, or something like all this other stuff. It's like stuff that we haven't necessarily seen but have been alluded to, or just kind of, I don't know, stuff that wouldn't necessarily impact the story, but just like heartwarming moments that we've seen from these characters that we've been following for the last 30 years or however long you've been loving Dragon Ball and everything like that. So that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for anything too elaborate or too, I guess, thought out. Just things you'd want to see from characters, interactions, just small stuff. Anyway, Dimzy, like I said, please, thank you for joining me. Please, everyone. Yeah, okay.
You're welcome.
Dimzy, thank you for joining me. Guys, please make sure to go check him out. He does awesome Dragon Ball content, Digimon content, and Yu-Gi-Oh content when he has a chance. And if you haven't seen him already, please make sure to go check him out. His link will be in the description below. And please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, because we're always going to be putting more content like this up, more interesting content, stuff that you're probably not hearing from any other YouTuber or anything like that. And like with me, it's like always pure speculation and just stuff that I want from Dragon Ball. Hopeful, always the hopeful romantic when it comes to too hopeful. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm just a romantic when it comes to Dragon Ball, and I just want the best for this series that I love. Anyway, guys, we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna catch you on the next video. Bye.